What I really love about being a plastic surgeon is connecting with my patients, feeling like I'm making a difference. It was very fulfilling and why I became a plastic surgeon. As far as being a mom, I just really love seeing my kids grow up and be upstanding, great human beings. They turn out well despite what you do to them. So I'm just very proud of them. And it's really, of course, the most fulfilling job in the world is to be a parent. So I first got a mammogram. It was the beginning of spring break for the kids in 2018. And that was read as fine. But I was getting my MBA at the time and away from home and just felt like something wasn't quite right. So when I got back home, I went and got an MRI, which both the radiologist and I were surprised to find that it actually showed what looked like cancer. Got a biopsy soon after, and he called me and said, yes, it's what we thought it was cancer.
We had to think about how we were going to tell the kids, how we were going to tell the rest of the family. We knew we had their support, but we didn't want to add any extra burden to them.
When my parents first told me about my mom's breast cancer, I was home from college at the time on spring break. I was shocked, and it made me stressed and worried about whether or not I should be doing more for my mom during those first few months. And that sort of weighed on me when I had to go back after spring break to college.
I couldn't really comprehend what that meant for us and for our future. For us, it was very I guess frozen is the best word to describe it, as we all sort of just let it sink in for a few minutes. It was a lot of silent tears.
Watching Lynn go through chemotherapy was probably the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. And I was just always so proud that she was able to pull enough energy to be able to plow through. I'm just happy that she's doing well now.
Breast cancer reconstruction has actually been an interest of mine since medical school. I helped to pass a resolution that became policy at the AMA that ultimately led to their support of the Women's Health and Cancer Rights Act, which mandated that insurance companies cover breast reconstruction for our breast cancer patients, as well as the other side for balancing procedures. We started a breast symposium, which grew from 30 people to 300 attendees. And then we also locally created an integrated breast center, which I'm currently medical director of. Through my work in advocacy at ASPS, AMA, CMA, and CSPS, et cetera, continue to advocate for breast cancer policies. And one of those was the Breast Cancer Patient Education Act that ASPS helped to pass a few years back. In the middle of my chemo, it was probably the first trip that I took. I ended up testifying in front of the FDA about breast implant safety. This isn't a journey that anyone signs up for or wants to go through. And the one thing I would say to people who are going through it, it helps to clarify in your life what is important, your priorities, and what makes a difference in how you spend your life. For the rest of my life, I'll remember that.